Hi, and welcome to the Soul Mazal Emunah class. I am your host, as always, David Katz. All right. We're cruising with the bruising with the Soul Mazal, the Mazal Encyclopedia book. And again, we're in the home stretch. Really are. We're on page 290. And as we always check ahead, we got to get to 299. All right. So we're getting there. Ha'ain hu hamazal, or ha'ain hu hamazal. It's an ikr term, ain, as in ain mazel Yisrael. There's no mazel for Israel. The famous dictum from the Talmud. Ain mazel Yisrael. Question is, what does ain mean? Does it really mean not, nothing, no? Ha'perush ha'ain hu mazlam shirish chiyusam v'kuyach nafsham rak masha mashpia Hashem yizbayrach v'zeu hamazil hamatif lehem hashefa beni chaye mezayne. The meaning of ain is their mazel, the shirish, the root of their chis, vitality, and koyach, strength of their nefesh. Rak mashem ishpia Hashem yizbayrach. Only what God influences. Zeu hamazil. This is the drip and the drop that comes as shefa in the format of bani, children legacy, chaye, life, and mazayne, sustenance. Barisi silaila ois nun ches kasov, ki bani chaye mazayne, la v'schusatalia, ela b'mazotalia milsa. Famous quote from Moed Cotton 28a. These three things, Bani Chaye Mazoyne, are not held in merit, but in Mazal. Ve'yadua da Mazla, Hainu Shirish HaNefesh V'Mekoira HaMazil HaMati V'chiz L'kol His Pashtus HaNefesh. That the root of your nefesh, you all have a nefesh, don't you? Type 1 for your great, superior, awesome, human, mankind nefesh. Your liquidy goo that makes up you. That's all you are. You are liquid goo. And that goo is holy, and it's your nefesh. It's actually a divine sustenance that God sustains through shefa dripping into your nefesh. Right? You came from a drop, and you delivered a drop. Your food is nothing but water that gets mixed with earth and things like that. And your life is just moving your goo around. Type 1 for your goo. I use that word goo. If you've ever seen Star Trek The Next Generation, the last episode, did you guys ever see that? Anyone ever see that? 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. With Q. Q takes Picard to the creation of history. Q was a semi-divine creature in Star Trek. And he says, oh, look, Picard, like the first proteins or something are going to mix with amino acids or whatever it was. And you just come from a liquid pile of goo. Never forget that quote. She'enu Muslim, She'enu, this is a, one second. Ein Mazal Yisrael, Yedua HaPerish. Everyone knows there's no Mazal for Israel. That is the explanation. She'ain hu Muslim, that the Ain is their Mazal. Ratza Leimer, Sheshoyresh Chiyusum V'Koyach Nafshem Hu Shehem Ein Ve'efes Migrame Rakma Shemi's Buyrech Mashpia. Oh, that's nice. Your Mazal, the thing of your nefeshi goo, is the root of your chiyas. Before class today, I had a cup of coffee. Why? Because I had to goo myself for chiyas and koyach of my nefesh. And that was not an accident. It wasn't a happenstance thing. God himself gave me a cup of coffee. He mashpied into my brain from liquid condensation that the brain operates off of. And it said, David Katz, maybe you might like a cup of coffee for koyach and chiyas before class today. Why don't you make a cup of coffee? And I said, that's a great idea. All of that, the wisdom comes from God. And the materialization is always goo. V'zeu hamazil v'hamatif lehem hashefa the boni chayim mazoini. How do you know if it's boni chayim mazoini? If it's goo. If it's dripping and flowing as shefa to you. Aval mitzad paridosum bishus yeshus ki'ilu hem yesh v'dvar nifrad ein lehem mitzias v'shefet b'nei chayim hazoyni klal ki ein takas hamazal the yeshus the shehu takas hashamayim umshalas akoichavim umazalis shehu hamazal the akum shehem yesh lehem shefet b'nei chayim hazoyni the yeshus the mitzad hamazal shetakas hashamayim. How do we say this? One second, a moment. Sad paridosam, yeshus, ki'ilu, and yesh, v'dvar nifrad, ein le mitzias, o shefa, the bani chayim maziklau. I think if you don't recognize the mazel, if you think you're not goo, ki einam takas ha-mazel, the yeshes shehu takas shemayim mshalas kulchavim v'mazalas. Then basically, if you don't recognize mazel, then you're an akum, and if you're a Jew, you're like a nachri. Shehu mazel da akum. That's the mazel of akum, which is a shitif, right? Depending on the stars and constellations. Shehem yesh lehem shefa bani chadim mazayni. The yeshu shemitzad mazel tachas shemayim. You find akum do procreate, they do have lives, and they do eat. But it comes as a yeshus. I get it. Yeshus as the opposite of ain. Very nice. Very nice. We know that hokmah, wisdom, is called ain. That's how I started reading it when we first started today. Which means it's on the level of infinite, of nothing. Meaning you can't recognize it. So if you think you can recognize it, then that is the mazel of akum. So there's ein mazel of Yisrael. Man, that's really where I was going when this started. It's awesome it ended up there. Right? So there's the concept of ein. Now, on one hand, it means, like not the akum mazel, but it's on the madrega, the spiritual level of ein. And then there's mazel of yeshus. Yes, there is. So if you think there's no chance of me not having children, there's no chance of me not eating, blah blah blah, then you are not ayin, you are yeshus. And you are dependent on the mazel akum for your boni chaye mazon. Amalek reishis goyim hu hamazel shel umas ha'ulam mimenu nimshach hashefa the boni chaye mazoni lakol ha'uimus. This looks extremely interesting. Amalek is the head of the Goyim, which is the Mazal of the nations of the world. And from him is drawn the Shefa of Boni Chaye Mazoine to all the nations. Amalek is the head of the Goyim. He is the Mazal of the nations of the world. On his hand is drawn Shefa Boni Chaye Mazoine to all the nations. Okay. Simcha Zero. Was that Kisham Yamache Zero? When he has wiped out his seed from the world, right? There's a mitzvah deraisa to wipe out the existence of Amalek. Yizbatil kol hashefa me'umis ha'ilam. Oh, good Lord, look what's coming. Look what's coming. Oh, good Lord. You will wipe out all the shefa from the nations of the world. It means all the Shitum shefa is going to go away. You guys ready for this one? Are you ready for this? And that will cause the nations to become Gerim in the future to come. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? That's really good. Wow, that's an all-time keeper. This is absolutely unbelievable. What is Amalek? It's the head of the Goyim. It's the Akum Mazal that gives the fake Mazal, i.e. Bani Chaye Mazaini, in its own name. Oh, it's going to be a post to all the nations. So what is our job as Israel? To kill Amalek. It is to kill the Akum Mazal. Therefore, what is the tikkun to make ger? Give human people, human goo. If you have goo, you're a person. And if you have goo, you deserve the Mazal from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How do you like me now? Is that not the tachlis and essence of what this class stands for? I'd say we've found our rally theme after 10 years of doing this. Wow. Right there it is. It's got to be, after class I'll take a picture of that and post it. That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Giving mankind their mazel wipes out Amalek. So what are we fighting in the Ger cause? Amalek. Amalek wants to keep its status of mazel, to give Chaye Bani and Mazoni. And Ger wants to restore the true mazel to mankind. The battle between Israel and Amalek. Where do you get your shefa from? You get your shefa from God or from Amalek? Very nice. Oh, it even gets better. It even gets better. The Gerim, and it says, the Gerim do not enter under the wings of the Shekinah immediately in birth, only afterwards. So what is a Ger? Someone who enters under the wings of the Shekinah, not from birth, but only afterwards. He's a delayed Shechinanik. The Sefer Tekanes HaShavim writes, the Af be'emes gam nefoshes hagerim hayu b'mamid har Sinai. The nefeshes of Gerim who stood at Sinai. But you'll say, hi, my name is such and such Ger, and I was only alive today, and I didn't stand at Sinai. But your Mazal was there, says Shabbos 146a. Mazal hu shoyresh ha'adam. Mazal is the root of man. Kamosha katabdi b'makom acher. Al masha kosuv Shabbos 53b. Adam de Islay Mazla. Man has Mazal. Bani chayim mazoni the Talia Mazla. Avalo nichnasu tachas kanfei hashchina miyad belida. But these Gerim do not enter under the wings of the Shekhinah immediately at birth, only afterwards. This is the lack in the root of your placing. And that's what your mission is to fill that lack by coming under the wings of the Shekhinah, rejecting Amalek. And what is the example of that, everybody? What happened when Amalek got defeated the very first time in history? There was a fellow by the name of Jethro who came to Sinai. There's your Sinai. And they said, Jethro, why are you here? And he said, because I heard Israel beat Amalek. Is that not Formula 101? Man, you guys should be happy. We solved the riddle of riddles today. This is like the deal. We're going to stop class right there. We are going to stop class right there. And that was a really nice piece. Stay tuned for Koheles.